The divorce rate has been ridiculously high in the past years till date. Modern women are bolting out of marriage as fast as a jet, and men have started ditching the idea of marriage. Here is a statistics on the divorce rate in the year 2022 by the American Psychological Association, showing that about 40–50% of first marriages end in divorce, while the number jumps to a high 60–67% in second marriages. Why is the divorce rate on the increase?
Everybody knows that the divorce rate's about 50%, right? But what a lot of people don't know is that second and third marriages have a 60–75% divorce rate. What that means is that people getting into those second marriages are much more likely to divorce again than they were even the first time. And the reason that this is because too many people are using divorce as an easy out. I'm not saying that's true for everybody, but a lot of people are using divorce as an easy out of their marriage instead of working hard to overcome the obstacles or seeming incompatibility that you might have. Get to work on yourself, get to work together, and you guys have the potential to have a thriving marriage. But if you take the out too easily, you may just repeat the same things down the road.
According to this video, the reason why the divorce rate is high is that couples are failing to prioritize the success of their marriage. They do not make an effort to work on their marriages and clear out the differences. And this is deviated more to the woman's side, who initiate more of the divorce, and that is about 70% of divorce, and the number shoots higher to 90%. In college-educated women, because the idea of marriage in the modern world, especially to modern women, is nothing to write home about. Marriage is not a do-or-die relationship, but the fact is that in a lot of these marriages, no one was forced into the union. It simply means that lots of these marriages are a choice marriage, and therefore, it is just important that the moment you choose to be with someone, you should try to see it to the end. I will show you something shocking. Arranged marriages have a far higher success rate than choice marriage. They are happier and more contented, and also have a low divorce rate compared to choice marriage. The answer is not far-fetched. Some of them know that is often impossible to step out of the marriage, so they decide to set aside their differences and work towards making their marriage conducive for both of them. One of the major causes of the increased divorce rate in marriage is the ulterior motives of modern women in marriage, since they initiate divorce more. Many modern women use divorce to get a financial breakthrough, and more women have gotten rich due to asset division, alimony, and child support that comes with divorcing. Some women have become house owners, thanks to divorce settlement. Modern women have ruined the idea of marriage that men prefer to stay out of it. In my opinion, there are two reasons why there is an increase in the divorce rate and how it is shutting down the smallest and most powerful unit of society. Before we continue, please give this video a like if you find this video valuable and interesting, and also hit that subscribe button to be a part of the family. Back to the video, let's go. Number one of my opinion is that couples, especially modern women, are in marriage largely due to the benefits, which indicates that the breed of women going into marriage is selfish, self-centered, and entitled because they believe that the marriage should be centered around them. So if the marriage stops meeting their need in the way they want it, they hop out and also take as much as they can take with them. Secondly, the traditional roles that keep marriage functioning have been lost in the modern world. More women want to be the man in the marriage, and more men are simping in their marriage. The right pattern of marriage is that men are the fighters and they bring back home the plunder for their family, while the woman keeps the home in a perfect condition, and that is their primary priority. Now, there are two scenarios to this. One is that some modern women are claiming they are left to be slaves by being asked to do their roles, and they want to be out and running just like the men. Well, there is absolutely nothing wrong with supporting a man as long as you do not trample on his pride or throw his efforts right into his face. And the second case is modern women that are quite useless. They do not want traditional roles for themselves, and yet they want men to provide, protect, and keep doing his duties. So eventually these points I just explained, if not worked on, lead the marriage to divorce. But an increase in the divorce rate is just a cause, and the major effect is the crumbled family system. There are more children raised by single parents, as at 2022 it is said that nearly 24 million children live in a single-parent family in the U.S. This total has been rising for some decades now. The statistics show that about 1 in every 3 kids across America. A number of demographic trends have fueled this increase, including men boycotting marriage as it might end in divorce and they lose about half of their wealth, declining marriage rates, and most especially increasing divorce rates. This shows that kids are growing up without a father's influence and mentorship or without a mother's care and love, which in turn affects the quality of the lives of the children, because they get to be taught these values they could not receive from social media, their friends, and school. And it is a disaster to let the school raise a kid at this time in the Western world.
So what are the emotional damages for children when their parents get divorced? Well, typically they get lower grades and performance in school goes down and are less pleasant to be around. They have 3 times a higher probability for the need for psychological help later on in their lives. There is 2 to 3 times higher probability of committing suicide because they cannot deal with their own emotional issues. There is a higher probability of lower paying jobs. There are unstable father-child relationships. There is a higher probability of drug and alcohol abuse, and fears about commitment and divorce abound. And the long-term effects are children from divorced parents are more likely to be lonely, unhappy, anxious, and insecure. 70% of long-term prison inmates grew up in broken homes, so the probability of your child committing a crime and possibly ending up in prison because you weren't there in their life together with their mom is 70% higher. There's a 2 times higher probability of dropping out of high school. And of course, there's lower self-esteem, trust issues, and they're overall less friendly to be around, and many, many, many other impacts. So it's going to impact their future relationships that they're going to have in their lives. That is a guarantee, unfortunately. That is a guarantee.
This is how the increase in divorce rate is affecting children. What about the adults? The statistics of the American Psychological Association, which we referred to in the beginning, show that second and third marriages end in divorce at a higher rate than even the first marriage. It is at a high 67% compared to 50% of the first marriage, indicating that couples that are divorced don't heal so quickly. The trauma and pain of divorce live with them. Considering these facts, if you cannot find a partner with whom you are ready to take chances with a strong determination of each spouse putting in their effort to ensure the marriage is successful and happy, you better stay away from marriage, and more importantly, stay away from modern women. You know the end already. Finally, marriage is beautiful because it fosters a good family relationship. So if you find her, you go ahead. And if you cannot find her, stay clear. Cheers to all the real men out there, and we are all real men, ain't we? That's all for today on Latest Juice. If you enjoyed this video, you might also like my previous videos. Remember to drop your thoughts in the comment box. I always love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit that like button, click the subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. Share this video with whomever you would like to watch it. Thanks for watching.